We finish a lap of our island for the first time and explore the Bay of Fundy, our new sailing home. This is Family Sailing Vlog, and you can subscribe on YouTube. So we've made our lap around the island completely, coming from Pond Cove up the west side first and then up the east side today. So I've got Northern Light here in the background, and I'm just excited to have gone through the town now and have explored Brier Island by boat. And now we're going to go out and look for some more whales. It's such an incredible whale watching area, being right at the opening of the Bay of Fundy. That's one of the reasons why Brier Island has such a great whale watching, is just where it's located. And but yeah, it just feels good. It feels really good now that we've completed the lap. Mike, how do you feel?
Well, we're just about to cross over our line from yesterday. So we're about 15 seconds from completing our actual first lap.
Nice. Okay, 15 seconds from completing our first lap. That is awesome. Yeah, so that was fun. I mean, it's just, again, as I talked about when we set off originally, it's exciting to dream about it, and now it's exciting to have realized it, for sure. So, but the anticipation of seeing more wildlife is exciting for me. That's one of the reasons that's sort of my passion for the boat. I've always loved water. But for me, it's about being able to see the seals, being able to see whales. We may not see whales today, but the fact that we had such an incredible day out there on our first day yesterday is just pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm very excited, and I think we might even go back to Seal Cove just to visit with the seals and relax for a few hours this afternoon. So yeah, we've been really loving Pond Cove as an anchorage. It wasn't too bumpy last night, so that was great. And now we've charted a little bit in front of our house. I'm sure we'll have to go back and do that again. But we'll probably try to anchor out in front of our house at some point once we've finished, plotting and seeing what the winds are like. It's got to be pretty favorable to be in there in that spot. And we don't have a mooring ball at this point, so that is something we still have to talk about. But I know in Mike's case, he doesn't want to park the boat. It's still, the season to be on the boat. So he wants to be with the boat. And if that means adjusting, depending on where we are, that's exactly what he's gonna do for the next little while. We're not going to be on the boat all the time. So we do have to make a plan for where to keep the boat. And we will take it out of the water for the winter unless we go south. Which I don't suspect we will do this year. But at some point we might go south again. And if we do, we would obviously not take the boat out of the water. But otherwise, even though it's ocean and technically you can leave the boat in, it takes a beating in the winter with all the storms. So we don't think we're going to leave it in the water over the winter months. We would have loved to have had a spot at the wharf on Brier Island, which we thought originally we'd be able to, but since moving here, we've been told that there's no room for us at the inn. So we're going to find alternative solutions and figure out how to make adjustments and be able to still be around where we want to be, and just to be able to enjoy the season a little bit, enjoy being out here near our home. And there's so much to explore. Like the Bay of Fundy is out there in front of me here, and it's just like a huge area to explore. Obviously there's the tides you have to pay attention to, but as long as you're watching for when you can go where, you can definitely do that. So Josh is playing beside me. The sails are up. He's got a rope. Kids can do a lot of fun with a rope. And the Bay of Fundy is right here in front of me. So I'm particularly excited. So now that we've explored Brier Island, we've got the whole Bay of Fundy we can explore. We've got Long Island we can explore. We've got the New Brunswick coast is on that side in front of us, and the Nova Scotia coast is over here behind us. So we have two provinces, And then the coast of Maine is that way. So, and we can definitely experience that as well. So there's a lot here in the Maritimes. I'm surprised that this area is not more active for sailors. Actually, I'm not sure why more people don't come sailing down here. We've only seen like a handful of sailboats. I think it might be partly because it's uncharted and it's it's very weather dependent, and not everybody is familiar with the tides and that kind of thing. In fact, when we first moved to the East Coast, when we first talked about moving, Mike said he did not want to look for any properties that were in the Bay of Fundy. He just thought it was kind of like, you know, the tide race and this and that. It wasn't, the most suitable area to look for. So when I was searching for properties, I think I looked at 700 properties. I did not include Brier Island. I did not include anything along the New Brunswick or Nova Scotia coast that was in the Bay of Fundy. I basically started in Yarmouth and looked. But then we had a further discussion about it and realized that because we're right at kind of the edge where the Bay of Fundy meets the sort of opening into the mouth of the Bay of Fundy is kind of where we'd be located. We thought it would be okay to try out Brier Island, and as Mike said, it was sort of thinking about Joshua Slocum that sort of made him consider that. So that's that. We're happy to be here. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.